Butt lovers, welcome back to another steamy book report. I read anything that interests me on this channel, but mostly YEEHAW romance novels, especially from my good friend Dolores Flores. In this series, we go post-it note by post-it note. Basically, I'm going to be roasting it and telling you a little bit about the plot, but mostly roasting it. This particular beauty is called The Last Rodeo. It's a Wrangler's Creek novel, so we've never met these characters and we've never been in this cinematic universe before. Yeah, you can tell what world it is by a blank novel. So I have read two different books from the same world, different family members and stuff. Not family members with each other's, but one family and one family. It's too complicated to explain. So get this. The three triplet sisters got with the three brothers. So now these sisters have a brother, and these three brothers have a sister. So what do you think's gonna happen?
You're just gonna have to watch the other videos after this one.
Athena, you're probably thinking, shut up and introduce us to this eligible bachelor on the cover. This is Lucian Granger. And that's pretty much all you need to know right now. Let's look at the first post-it note. This opening is absurd. Let me just read you this first section. Be a cowboy, they said. It'll be fun, they said. Lucian Granger was doubting that fun part right about now. 1 second his butt was firmly anchored in the saddle and his hand was gripped on the thick braided rein. The next second, no part of him was touching anything but air. They could have had him after the impact, dusting himself off and questioning his life, but no. Instead,
be a cowboy, they said. It'll be fun, they said.
Can't you just see that movie magic moment of record scratch? Yep, that's me. But you know what's the only thought I have when I'm falling? 2 pages in and we meet his assistant and soon-to-be love interest. Uh-oh, stinky. Dare I say, power dynamic? We'll get to that. Her name is Carly, spelled K-A-R-L-E-E. And I gotta say, I've never seen another name that's spelled 1,000 different ways. Pretty much the only thing you know for sure is there's an A-R-L. Ooh, my name's Carly with a C-A-R. I'm just gonna call you Arl. The way it's spelled doesn't change the pronunciation. Classic Arl. Now, one of the main appeals of books like this is the way Dolores describes things. It caused him to curse every single word of profanity in his entire vocabulary. He even added some new ones too, though they came out so garbled that it was like cuss stew. Hey, what does that taste like? Oh, basically it's like just like Mama used to make. Also, it seems like Lucian has never made a move on Carly in the 10 years they worked together, and she's quitting soon, so that's admittedly a pretty good workaround, I'd say. Something else you should know is there's no such thing as a Dolores Flores protagonist that has a good relationship with both parents. It's just one of those recurring themes from the other 4 books I read. 4 books? It's been that many? I have a problem. Chapter 1 ends with Lucian's dad, the cheater pumpkin eater, firing Lucian over voicemail. So this is another thing about romance novels that I didn't know until I started the series. The stakes are so high. You really gotta work for those spicy scenes, okay? And actually, if you paid attention, the cover foreshadows this. You see him holding his hat, not to show off that popping bicep, but because he's so perplexed and in distress. Ooh, what am I gonna do now? And his abs are out because he's absolutely conflicted over his current predicament. Try and keep up, mate. The second chapter switches to Carly's perspective, and it's so jarring because Lucian 2 seconds ago was like, oh, Carly? She's pretty cool. She does my taxes sometimes. Overall, she's like a brother to me. Then you have Carly, who already wants to do more than just his taxes, you know what I mean? Super early on, they discuss how their familial trauma is actually intertwined because their parents used to date. Classic. This reminds me of a little story. Let me know if you've heard of it. Christmas at Colts Creek. Abe re-gets with Brody's mom. They have a kid together. If they also share a secret half-sibling, I'm going to lose it.
Little bit of soap and a whole lot of opera.
Speaking of opera, this video ends with an original song. Not to flex, but you do not want to miss it. Their families are actually more connected than we thought because aside from their parents having an affair, Carly's brother's child was adopted by Lucian's brother. Are you following along at home? Because I'm not. Are you ready to see the biggest leap in the world?
Pathetic. Let a real master show you how it's done.
The biggest leap was Lucian's mom's idea to save the business. What business? I read this whole book and I still don't know. There was a bunch of business jargon. They mentioned loan sharks and I pictured the sharks from Shark Tank. I don't know shit about shit.
I think they're ranchers and the dad owns most of the land and he's running the business into the ground.
Anyway, Lucian's mom's idea for the town to be on Lucian's side in all of this is for him to pretend that he's engaged to Carly. Why? Why? I'll give you this cow for $10,000. How about $10? Lucian, you're such a jerk. Why would I do that? You've been nothing but mean to me your whole life. You're a jackass. And no, my price is final, alright? But I'm getting married. Did I say 10,000? I meant free. Congratulations, bestie. Page 54. Actually, he'd always wanted to kiss Carly because she was an attractive woman. Firstly, this line sounds like it was written by a robot.
Want to kiss pretty girl because girl pretty.
Secondly, nowhere in the previous 53 pages did it seem like he was attracted to her at all. No, he was, but it was a secret, even to himself? No, what happened was this. I guess being fake engaged to Carly wouldn't be so bad. I'm not joking. After thinking about being fake engaged to her for 2 seconds, he randomly leans in for a kiss. If that isn't weird enough, let me read you what happens next. The moment was soon lost when his mom clapped her hands. See, you two can make it work. You give me the tinglies. Sweet home Alabama. Something else you should know. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk about Dolores Flores books. But why are all the cowboys in these books casually rich as shit? It's never something the women explicitly say they're looking for. But Dolores, I don't know how many cowboys are in the 1%. A house with 30 rooms? Really? Then why are they cleaning up cow shit? It's Jeffree Star Yak Farm vibes. But while Jeffree Star is making jerky, these cowboys are just getting it. You know what I mean? Weirdly enough, Chapter 8's perspective switches to Jerry, Lucian's piece of shit father.
Why are we hearing from this one again?
He is the story's main problem, but they're trying to make us empathize with him? A marriage counselor told him that all the bad choices he was making was a way of punishing himself. But you're punishing everybody else too, you little bitch. I'd be such a good therapist. I should consider changing careers. Wham. Fuck you, Jerry. Now give me $90. The town itself is always a character. Very gossipy, everyone knows everything, small town vibes. The ruse isn't working, Jerry assured her. Just as everyone knows Carly has feelings for him, folks also know that Lucian is still hung up on Amelia. So as we know, jerk-ass Jerry is actually correct in this assumption. But oh my gosh, if it weren't, what a terrible conspiracy to share. We know your fiancé doesn't actually love you. Okay, calm down. Let's see how the apple fell from the tree. Back to Lucian. Narrowed eyes, tight jaw, and his forehead was bunched up. Uh-oh, scary, right? But no, this is just the face Lucian makes before making out, I guess? I'm gonna kiss. Oh my god, the family business drama finally made him lose it. Miss you. Oh, okay. Carly's mom, Glenda, who Carly hasn't seen since she was 18 due to Glenda running off with Lucian's dad, Jerry, in turn causing Carly's dad to die, and her brothers being put in the foster care system. Anyway, that mom, yeah, she's back. New challenger approaches. Deadbeat mom. Wow, feminism really is taking over. We have more than just deadbeat dads now. Would you believe me if I told you Carly wasn't happy to see her? I wonder why. This puts into motion 2 things. Jerry's fiancée, Candy, leaves him, and I'm going to miss her. She was so funny. Every time she was in a scene, I pictured Franny from Bob's Burgers.
Who's that knocking on my door? Ooh, it's Mr. Dance Floor.
Also, it causes Lucian to care about Carly emotionally? Ooh, what's hotter than that? Let's limbo because the bar's going lower. Ah, they're making out again. And apparently, it's hot, deep, and French. Just the way he liked kisses. I will tell her. In my pants. Ooh, oui, in my pants. Baguette. By page 192, they still haven't done the deed. And when she exasperatedly announces this news to her brothers, one of them said, "See guys, told you she didn't yet."
What?
Wow, her brothers are placing bets on this? Everything is bigger in Texas, including the nerve. Quick game of catch up. I skipped over talking about a section dedicated to death because it brought the mood down. Once again, I'd be a fantastic therapist. But here's what I will talk about. Lucian's on again, off again ex, Amelia, is back. The one he's been hung up on, yeah, she's in town. Even though him and Amelia didn't do anything, Carly's had enough. She tried to get her life together, and after a month apart, she was getting ready for a date with a fellow named Simon. Aw, good for her. I wonder if Simon will be nice. Simon can eat shit! Lucian burst through the door like the Kool-Aid Man. And him and Carly do it! I know I'm supposed to be happy for them, but like, poor Simon. Oh, and by the way, Candy's back. And the tea is scorching. out. She hired a private investigator and got pics of Jerry sleeping with his assistant, the mayor's daughter. Everyone said, no, don't send those pictures to the mayor, which really surprised me. It's very conflicting drama because they're saying this girl's mistake shouldn't ruin her or her fiance's life. Now, I understand that there's a power dynamic here, but, like, I would still want to know if I was the fiancé. Like, do I need to kick your boss's ass? Do we need to break up? Both. By 238, Lucian and Carly are seeing each other exclusively. One way this book differs from the others I read is for a split second I didn't think they were gonna work out. As opposed to the other books that were like, we can't be together because, we can't. When Lucian's ex came into the picture, I was like, ooh, how are they gonna get through this? Now, don't get it twisted. For the rest of the book, it pretty much follows the formula of the others where they're just like, we're gonna break up eventually, right? So we can't, but we want to, but I'm scared. Grow up. Every time I think Candy's gone, she comes back and now she's suing them? I don't know why. I think things were just going too well for the horned up heroes. It doesn't have to make sense. It's conflict, baby. There's a witch character that they had the gall not to introduce until 3/4 in. Listen to this iconic interaction. That's it? Lucian asked Vita when she started off the porch. You're not gonna put a curse on me or anything? Boy, you've already got enough troubles without me adding to it. So this quote, he watched as he pushed her right over the edge, of course is referring to the deed, so why did I picture this? It's been fun. Another strange quote. At the moment, it felt as if a gorilla was squeezing her heart and chest. I'm gonna paraphrase here, but he went Donkey Kong mode on my heart and knockers would make a really beautiful lyric. Speaking of gorillas, the last line of the book is bananas. I know it doesn't look like the end of the book, but there's a bonus story, so all of this is just a preview for another book. Anyway, this is the last line of The Last Rodeo. You're Lucian Granger, reigning bronc riding champion and the person I love. You're also the man that's gonna get down and dirty with me in this hay. Carly was so right. That's exactly what Lucian was. And it was exactly what he did. Time for the song. I really hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think, butt lovers. Country girl, country boy, hetero story, what a joy. It's a tale older than dirt, but that bright young woman is gonna take off her shirt. Countryman without a plan,
has no plan,
falls head first in love and in dirt.
So much dirt.
He cares for the cow, but not for his heart. He falls in the dirt again. The cow lets out a fart. Even though their family tree looks like a spider web, stressful situations fill them full of dread. They still belong together. His mom even said those two gave her the tinglies. That's not weird for her to say, so grow up, please. Donkey Kong on her heart and boobies.
You know the lyrics, sing along.
Country girl, country boy, hetero story,
So straight.
what a joy. It's a tale older than dirt, but that handsome cowboy is going under her skirt.
They're fucking.